Alright, hi ho boys, how's it going? Bob here, welcome to my beginner's guide for Lili for Tekken 8. Now of course, obviously, I should probably preface this with the fact that we're still not even like 4 days, 5 days maybe into the game's launch. So as a result, everything you see here, take with a grain of salt. A lot of stuff is probably going to be changed as things go forward, so just bear that in mind. This is more meant to get you in the door with the character, but with that, let's go ahead and kick things off. So, myself with Lili, I mained her a lot in Tekken 7. The problem is I started late with her, such that when I was trying to level up through online ranks, I only got to Genbu rank, and the reason being is because in like the last 6 months or so of Tekken 7, there was a lot of really good players left over, not a lot left lingering in like the lower ranks. So as a result, trying to level up back then was incredibly hard, so I capped at red ranks. I'll take it. That's still the highest rank I've ever gotten before. Currently with Lili in Tekken 8, I've done a couple, like 2 sessions with her so far, and I got her at Assailant rank, which is middle yellow ranks. Okay-ish. I'm aiming for red ranks with her again, maybe within a month. Just so you know where I sit with her, so I'm not completely talking on my ass. That being said, though, I myself am still learning her, but I wanted to share my notes of her with you. So let's go ahead and get you in the door. Also, do not mind my goth GF Lili. It's just how it is. I have 2 brain cells. Play Lili, make goth girl. It is how it is. So Lili is a very interesting character in the grand scope of Tekken 8. If you're not familiar with her at all, you might initially think of her as like, sorry, my throat's a little scratchy. I just started. Go figure. You might initially think of her as a brain-dead flips character that coin tosses you for game, and sometimes that can be true. Depending on the player or the pilot utilizing her, that can definitely be the case. But in other cases, she could be one of the most defensively solid characters in the whole game and can swing entire matches her way. In that way, she's not too dissimilar from Kazuya, where her poking can definitely be better, and like, if you use her right, she's got a pretty low skill floor, but massive skill ceiling. I'm not really exaggerating that. Like, she could actually be as technical as you want her to be, more or less. Let me tell you, the good Lili players have some of the most crazy execution you'll see in this game. I'm not really joking about that. To put it simply, she's basically got a Dragunov Brian-esque like sidestep cancel out of a movement option, so pretty decent. Now let's go ahead and just kind of start this. I'm going to open this in the usual traditional guide way with pros and cons. So the pros with this character, she's got some really good whiff punishment. I should probably open with a different point, but I guess this is much more prevalent. Her whiff punishing is solid as hell. First of all, just the range of a lot of her moves is insanely good. This is her 12-hit punish, and it hits all the way from like range 2.3. Probably can get 2.5. If you get a little bit of range on it. Yep, 2.49 roughly. She's got some insanely good reach. There's also her above average up 4-3. Like right about, not Claudio insane, but pretty decent all things considered. 3-1. Probably one of the longest range Heath Smashers in the game, we willing to bet. Definitely one, originally in 7, this was like one of the longest range wall bounces in the game. And that trait kind of carries over to here. I just wish it still kind of did that, but, you know, details. So, her movement is also among the best of the game. This you might be a little more familiar with. Lili has some of the best movement option, like, strongest movements in the game. This was the case back in Tekken 7. And I haven't tested it thoroughly in 8 yet, but having done a couple matches with just doing down 4 sidestep, yeah, it's still pretty intact. Look at this. Sidestep 2 times to Jin's right, and you're almost at his backside. One more time, you are there. I believe her sidewalking is also above normal, and she used to have one of the strongest backdashes in the game. Backdashing in Tekken 8 has been reined in a little bit from what it was in Tekken 7, such that it's a little hard to... By the way, yes, I do a weird backdash, don't mind me. I'm still kind of learning the more advanced stuff in the game. But anyway, so yeah, backdashing with her is still pretty strong. I'm doing like back up, if you're wondering. I was playing this on a hitbox if you're curious about that whatsoever. But yeah, if you have even like a kind of okay backdash cancel, you can still get some good distance with her. Like, this is still not too bad. Oh yeah, also, Corsical forward, sways. We'll talk about that more later. Her evasive moves are also... Oh yeah, one last thing about the sidesteps. Used to have the best sidestep in the game, period, in 7. I think Alyssa does come close to her in terms of sidestep, and Miguel also was up there, but Zafina used to have the best backdash in the game, and Lili was also certainly among there. I don't know how the backdash compares to her sidestep, but it's certainly really good. So, anyway, evasive moves. You guys know about this move, most likely. Matterhorn, but it doesn't stop there. She's also got this move, which crushes lows and highs depending on the timing of the move. This move, which is notorious for back in delay-based online in Tekken 7. Go figure. Down 1-2 crushes highs. Hop kick crushes lows. Up forward 4-3 safe on block crushes lows. Even this way by itself, I think it can crush certain highs as well. And also the core circle 3+4, it both crushes highs and lows depending on the points in the move you're in. This move is absolutely fucking insane. The kids would say it's cracked, and yeah, it most certainly is, depending on how you use it. Her punishment is also pretty decent. You wouldn't think so for a character of this archetype, but no. For 10 frames, you actually still got knockdown. If not, you got plus frames into a back turn now. You got plus frames in general, plus 8 with 1-2, pretty good. The only thing about her knockdown is that the range is kind of shit. Like, it's certainly not good. It's like, it's about as bad as like Anna's 2-3. While it is amazing on paper, the range is certainly not awesome or anything like that. Usually you'd go for like this, instead of going for this. Anyway, but yeah, 12 frames, she gets the full knockdown. Also has a mid starter for if she wants to do that. Does it have a counter hit property now? I actually have not tested that yet. Not really, okay. She's got some stuff for 13 and 14, but you can basically leave those alone. 15 frames, you get a hop kick, pretty good stuff. And 16 frames if you need it, that. And for the really big stuff, Matterhorn. Matterhorn, little known fact, Mishima's flash punches 1-1-2 can be launched punished by Matterhorn. I'm not joking about that. So if Kazuya block does a full 1-1-2 on you in like green or yellow ranks, kill them. You can absolutely murder them with Matterhorn. And this is also a really strong move in general. I still haven't even learned like the fully optimal combos yet in this game with her with the dism changes, but that still does pretty good damage, honestly. And I'm gonna say last but not least, her mix-ups used to be average. I'm gonna say they're slightly above average now, but not amazing. The core reason for this is because, well, she's kind of like Lars. She's got a good handful of lows, but nothing that really, not a lot you'd want to have blocked, you know what I mean? And they all have issues about them. For example, down 3, it gives you +1, but it's 19 frames startup, and you're left standing the whole time. Down 1-2 is a high crush, a little bit faster, but it's a low high, so if they duck it, you die. Let's see, there's also down back 3+4. It's an okay evasive move with good range. I think it's got some tracking, but if they block it, you die. Down back 4, they block it, you die. But it is a little bit better in this game now with down 3+4. I distinctly remember, I haven't gone back to fact check this myself in post, I'm gonna have to check that, but I remember this move being 22 frames start, but now it's 20, which is good because it actually puts it right in like the stealable range. Excuse me, or like more on the side of unstealable. Online, I don't think people can react to this whatsoever. Offline, someone's gonna have to really be on their A game to even remotely react to this, so definitely use this while you can. This might get patched later, so definitely take advantage while you have the ability to. It's also got, I think, okay tracking. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, but yeah, this is complemented by, you know, some fairly good mids. Basically like a Mishima forward 4, pretty good. Hop kick has got good range. Forward 4, one of the best counter hit launchers in the game, really. And some other really good stuff in general, like back 1-4, forward 3+4. That's not too shabby. Down forward 3+4, obviously. Yeah, her mix-up game is definitely slightly above average. That is for damn sure. Oh, I seem to messed up my order and my notes. Hang on a sec while I quickly about face with this. There we go. All right, so the cons, unfortunately, are kind of hindering her a lot in this game. Well, they usually do in general, but I feel like they've always been a little too strong. So the main problem with Lili, and this is universal across all games, mostly, until season 3, I think, in Tekken 7, for one particular reason. Her tracking is horrible. To put it mildly, a lot of her moves, a lot of her best moves are super steppable. Like even Jin here, who has a very average, like, side step in the game. That could be stepped. This could be stepped. Let's see. Back 1, I think, could be stepped. Okay, not that direction. That's really good. I I think even her down forward 2 can be stepped, so on and so forth. She's very, okay, so in exchange for having one of the best side steps and overall movement in the whole game, and for being able to dominate like the X and Y axis, yeah, she doesn't do well with lateral space. So that is a huge trade-off you have to work with, and that's what kind of lends her to being more defensive. Otherwise, you're in for a fairly bad time. That tracks that way. That's good to note. Down 3 is basically a tracking move. She's got moves that do have better tracking than others. Nope, that's not it. If I can actually get to land. Or does it go 3+4? Where are you at? You know what? I'm going to leave that for later. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, that, unfortunately, Core Circle 3+4 is no longer a hoeing move. This is disappointing. But, anyway, what would you do? I'm getting ahead of myself. Another big thing in this, specifically to this game, is that she kind of lost 3-1 as her big offensive move, or defensive move, I guess. Now it's a Heat Smasher, which is still good. Don't get me wrong. 3-1 is still extremely good because it's a long-range Heat Smasher, but it used to give you some insanely good whip punish power in Tekken 7 on stage on walls. Sorry, on stages with walls. I'm trying to speak and I just woke up. Go figure. That's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. She's like a plain butter option, so it's not the worst thing ever. Poking overall, I'm gonna say is also pretty weak too. The way Fergus, the best Asuka player in the world, explained this to me, and he also has a pretty good pocket Lili, is that she's basically like low, what's the wording? Low plus frames on moves into sidestep and whip punish. So for example, like down forward 1, again, linear. Down forward 3, linear, but strong if it gets blocked. Yeah, her poking game is overall weak and kind of committal. Like, she doesn't have any good pokes that are fast and have a good tracking pattern. There's no, like, Devil Jin Laser Scraper. There's no Jin 2-1 or anything like that. She's just kind of so-so. But even so-so is, like, still probably good enough to get you, to squeak you some wins anyway. So it's not a big deal. A lot of her mids, I think you can generally consider as power mids, more or less. But, yeah, anyway. She also lost her counter hit launch in 4-1, which isn't a huge deal, but she also lost her counter hit launch in 4-3. So her counter in the game is not amazing outside of exactly like 4-4, and I guess also 4-1+2. Since it gives you plus, what is that, 14? I think it's plus 14. I actually want to test something really fast. That does not work. Well, I actually might. Hang on. Nope, that does not work. 1+2 is guaranteed. We just test it really fast. Plus 12. Okay. Looks like 4-2-3 does not work, but 1+2 does work. So take what you can get. Her counter game, she's not Steve, and I guess you could argue she was becoming Steve more or less in 7, but it was good to have this at least. Oh yeah, just to illustrate. Yeah, no more launch. It was never really amazing because it was a high. And it was slow. It wasn't like a Magic 4 or anything. But being able to counter hit launch at 12 frames wasn't too bad to have back then. If you use it sparingly anyway. So, that's about for the pros and cons. Still a fairly strong character. I've been seeing people say she is pretty strong in this game. I'm not sure how she fares to other characters, but she definitely feels overall slightly net buffed from 7. And 7, I think she was already a pretty good sleeper character to begin with. Like a sleeper strong character. I don't think she was top 10, but probably top 15, maybe. You could probably, if someone pushed her, I think she could have been up there. Anyway. So, moving on from pros and cons, we have core moves now. These are generally the moves you want to, when you're learning Lili, you want to focus on first and foremost. Also, one move I should put in here. That move, I think. Yeah, we'll talk about that move later. So her moves you want to focus on in general. This isn't like a top 10 or anything. It's like, these are the ones you want to prioritize, and the order is not necessarily indicative of how strong they are compared to one another. It's just the ones you want to go for in general. So first of all, forward. This move is absolutely insane. So first of all, completely safe on block. Huge. It comes out at like range, possibly up to range 3, depending on how you use it. Like range 2.85, 2.7. There we go. This move is incredibly safe. You can just kind of toss out neutral, and the opponent's gonna have a hard time trying to whip punish it at all, really. Like, they have to be expecting this to whip punish it. And Unfortunately, no longer causes a knockdown. I wish it still did, so it was a good whip punisher in general too. But what it does do, however, is, you know, half decent combo. Sorry, I'm still figuring out the new wall combo with Lili. I'll get there eventually. Anyway, but yeah, no, this move is insanely good. One thing you can do is kind of funny is you can actually kind of frame trap it into itself. So +7 into this if they try to do anything. It's kind of decent. Another trick is 1, 2, +8 into this, which is 17 frames. If they try anything, 1, 2, they press the button, done. Pretty decent. And genuinely, like, a pretty strong counter hit tool in general. Again, sorry, I'm trying to learn the full Lili wall combos. It's like, while standing 1, 2, sway into 3. It's kind of strange. Anyway, other moves. Core circle forward, 3+4. This move is not nearly as broken as it was in Tekken 7, and that's a little unfortunate because it was insanely good. Let me give you a rundown. So, +6 on block. Lili is also in an airborne state. She's also, like, early in the animation, she's also a bit lower too, so I have seen this low crush or high crush some things before, and it low crushes continuously. The only thing that sucks though is that if you low crush like a down 4, you actually don't hit them whatsoever. So you're both kind of left in the neutral, just like, what the hell just happened? Because it's a high, it's not a mid, see? Actually, it looks like they raised the hitbox too. It's kind of strange. But yeah, this move, it no longer literally does your taxes for you. It used tailspin in 7. It does not do that anymore. Sad, because it's used to catch some people floating really nicely. It was really cool. It also lost its tracking capabilities. Like I showed before, it's kind of weird what it does now. So like if they stand block this, you saw it earlier, but if they try to sidestep right, so like the second hit clips them, I think, and you're left at -7. So that's good enough to kind of say it's almost homing, but you don't want to do that. Either way, this move is still really good. If you're brand spanking new at the game, you're going to want to learn how to just do core circle 3+4, or sorry, core circle forward. Like, just do a couple of these, or just do this. 3, 2, sway into this, and just keep your turn going. One cool trick, if you do this, +6 is not enough to guarantee a forward 4 is going to crush everything. However, what it does do is it lets you, it does give you 4 1+2 guaranteed. A little trick I also learned from Fergus. One cool thing about this move is that it's also kind of deceptive. You look at this animation, like, Jay's not put in a crouch. He doesn't have a lot of, like, lingering hit stun either. So it doesn't look like it's +6. Like, it looks like it's going to be neutral or negative. I have a lot of people eat this for free, and you can easily blow them up because of it. Like, they don't know this is super plus on block, and you can just kind of do whatever you want. This used to be a perfect tool for 4-1, but since you doesn't have it anymore, you just gotta use this, which is still good, just not ideal, I think. But anyway, I'm not here to rant about her too much. Just enough to say I can make a guide. All right, next best move, and this is a very strange one. 1, 2. Lili's jabs have never been fantastic. Part of the reason because she's a tall woman, literally the tallest woman in the entire game. Even more so than Nina, funny enough. So her jabs are kind of high. Like, these are punching Jin right in the face. The reason this is bad is because if the opponent is shorter, you have a tendency to whiff. If they do a lot of things generally. Like down for ones, some of them can easily high crush this. This move can just be high crush in general, but depending on how you place this, also shout out to the single jab. Lili doesn't have a lot of high recovery moves or low recovery moves to bait moves. So you kind of just want to do this in neutral to bait them into doing shit. Into eating like whatever you want. So this is really crucial. Also, again, this is real. If they try to mash out anything like this, +8 is a lot. So if they don't respect you, you can kill them straight up. Anyway, yeah, Lili is not only, she's kind of funny. She's not just a good beginner character, but she's also good at blowing up beginners. It's very funny. Next up, back turn down 3+4. Now, normally I would not have put this in the best moves list at all, but let's see, down 4, Yeah, I haven't allowed this to move enough yet. I don't know if it's really worth putting into the top yet, but this is good. But this got pretty decent. I think this is, like I said earlier, I think this is now faster than it was in Tekken 7. Back then, I think it used to be 21 or 22 frames startup. Now it's 20. So while you can, enjoy those free 40-point damage lows. Also, look at the red health. There's actually not a lot of it. So most of that is real. That's not too shabby. And also, if you want to be cheeky, you can do that. Yeah, but just in general, decent tracking, massive high crush, and some mid crushing too. One thing I like to do a lot is do bunny kick into this. On block, I think this is... Yeah, I think the kick is like, what is it? Something... +2. Oh, I did not know that actually. Because I think that used to be -3 or -4. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't remember that being plus on block. That's kind of cool. I guess shoutouts to the bunny kick as well. Also shoutouts to this move. We'll talk about that more later though. Other core moves. Yeah, we gotta talk about it. The Matterhorn. I myself don't use this too much because I try to play more defensively. But sometimes you just gotta do it because it's such a good crush move. Also, look at that damage. That's not even optimal. That's 73. That's pretty decent. So Matterhorn is famous because it is one of the best high crush moves in the game. Massive class 1 launcher. I'm still not totally sure what class 1 means, but it's a big launcher. That's what you gotta say. Easy combo follow-ups now. You don't have to do this anymore, but still kind of decent. Also low crushes, I think at certain points. It definitely famously mid crushes too. This move is essentially like Tekken's equivalent back in the day before Devil Jin got his up 4 of the actual Shoryuken, like just being fully invincible, more or less. One thing I know a lot of Lili players do is do a sidestep into it. This allows it to be both a mid launcher, and also the added intangibility, quote unquote, the added evasiveness of the sidestep also feeds into it to make sure it evades something. I think it's okay in that regard. Also, 17 frame startup, not too bad. Again, there's a lot of things that are -17 or higher that you can really blow people up for, because this is 23 damage versus your hop kicks 13, down forward 2s 15. This completely shits on him. Oh yeah, the range is pretty good too. I don't remember the range being this good, but hey, I'll take it. Absolutely. Like what, here? That's actually kind of ludicrous. You can use this as a full whiff punch if you want. I won't go that hard, but you know. Anyway, last core detail, obviously. -21. Don't use this too often, but you can catch people off guard. Sometimes, if you're not expecting Matterhorn, they will leave this unpunished. Keep that in mind. Depending on how you use Lili, you can get away with this. It's pretty funny. So, next core move, forward 1+2. I mentioned earlier that this is pretty decent. Safe mid, pushes him into crouch. That is pretty good to note. Oh wait, no, it doesn't anymore. Never mind. I retract that statement. I think it used to, but anyway. Pretty cool because on counter hit, it used to cause a full knockdown that got you down 3 or something else guaranteed. It doesn't do it anymore, but does give you a 1+2 guaranteed, which is okay enough. If you're at the wall and this counter hits, you're gonna get a launch. Like, let me just ad-lib something really fast. That wasn't it. Of course, I'm just doing the recording straight up, so I gotta do this. That's not a good ender, but you get the idea. This is pretty cool. A lot of her stuff too on hit also goes straight into this. Cool thing. +3. A lot of things she does out of this can go into this, or rather, no, that's not the right wording. So, if the opponent does a wall standing 4 out of this, I think this will trade. So that's not too shabby, and depending on the trade, you might still be able to get the 1+2. It's okay. Definitely alright. Next one, back 1. This move is actually way better than you think it is. So first of all, high crush, good range. The main string itself, back 1-4, causes a knockdown, pretty good range too. 38 damage. That's actually up from what it was before, I think. It's also, get this, minus 11. Now you might see a move like this and it's like a flip. It's like, oh, she's probably minus 15 or more. No, minus 11. So this is pretty low risk as it is. So you have that to threaten with. Just note. Damn it. This doesn't give you anything on counter hit. Just figure I mentioned that. But if you're good with sway canceling, she can do some pretty good stuff with this. You can also, you can do that. you can literally, because of its high speed and the fact she's so low to ground, you can keep looping this into himself. I'm not too good at this yet, but you can do like mid, rather. Yeah, you're gonna stump some people doing that. That being said, though, all this can be beaten by dick jab. So if they try a dick jab here, maybe go for that. Maybe go into the sidestep. Just stuff like that. Or do the whole back 1-4. Because I think the second hit does pretty good damage, right? Yeah, 22. That's okay. Yeah, maybe I should put that into the weaknesses section. A lot of her stuff, when you're trying to do shit, she can be kind of weak to dick jabbing. So be careful about that. Be very careful about that. All right. I don't think there's anything else to be had with this. It's also a cool, like a crucial combo tool with her. So definitely get comfortable with sway canceling. But don't feel like you have to do sway canceling until, as in do guy canceling. Sorry, I'm used to, I think Brian or Dragunov right now. Don't worry about it until you get to like orange ranks. You don't have to worry about it for a while if you're not good with it yet. I'm not, so don't worry about it too much. Down forward 3. This move is insane. 20 frame startup, counter hit launches, +8 on hit, +3 on block. To quote the man from the mid 2010s, hit or block, you still win. Basically, you win if this move even makes contact. So that's pretty cool. Oops, I'm hitting 4 by accident. And the combo you get after this is pretty solid. Sorry, again, I'm still learning the optimal routes. Actually, you might be able to do something better. Anyway, I'll do the old combo. Off of this, you get a bit more. And that ender gives you some better damage. You know, in general, this is a solid launch. 27 damage startup, which I think is... Yeah, it does beat Matterhorn, so, you know, big damage. If you ever see this counter hit, go to town. Just press 4-1. You can also do higher stuff like, I think, 3-2. Maybe not. Again, just do whatever comes easy. 4-1, down 2-3 is easy combo. Down forward 1 is also her next core move. This is probably a little mundane. I mean, I'd say 1-2 was used earlier. But no, down forward 1 is still a crucial cornerstone of her because it's 13 frames. There might be a tiny bit of high crushing, but I wouldn't rely on that at all. It's not like Lars or Lee. It's just good enough. And sometimes it's all you need. +8 on hit. You can easily frame trap into this. -1. One cool thing about Lili, remember, is there anything she does that's -5 or lower, she can sidestep straight into. So always keep that in mind. Just like block down forward 1, sidestep. If you think they're gonna try a challenge afterwards, which depending on how much they're pressing buttons, they might. So, you know, jab, block, sidestep, confirm whip, hop kick or something. Or if you want something a little less high risk, just that, you know, more or less. Yeah, decent. Next up, down 3 and down 4. I'm putting these together because they're pretty similar in what purposes they serve. So down 3, 19 frames +1. Not noteworthy until you notice this weird thing about it. So I'm gonna have Jin sidestep to the left. Oh, look at that, hit him. That's kind of strange. Sidestep to the right. Oh, it hit him there too. Yeah, this move is pretty close to just being a straight up homing move. The move's, that's coming a little hot. Yeah, this move is pretty crazy. And on counter hit, it gives like +5. Yep, +5. I think this used to give a little bit more, but it gives a noticeable crouch stun now. So, yeah, you can do some slightly better stuff. That being said, counter hit confirming this is tough, so don't sweat it. It's also got really good range. Like, erroneously, among Lili's arsenal of other really good neutral skipping moves, here's another one, and it's just kind of really good. I don't know, got me on that one, man. Cool. Down 4 is also crucial because -4 high crush, 12 frame startup? Yeah. Allows you to go straight into whatever kind of mix you want to. If I could have Jin counterattack after this, I would. But yeah, you can just kind of do this on a lot of ranges. However, the only thing is Lili is put to crouch afterwards, so you also might have to backdash out of this. But yeah, because she's crouched, she has to go into the background. Because unless you're doing cross-up, or sorry, the cross-up controller, she can't size up into the foreground. Where, you know, you instantly crouch cancel with the lever and then press down to size up into the foreground. But, you know, this is a good way win rounds. It's a good way to just, like, establish some presence. And if they don't seem like they're challenging, you can do this move. Just special shout outs to a full crouch down forward 1. This move is kind of stupid. 14 frame startup. This, if you're put into crouch from like a Mishima forward 4, I keep using that example now. This is going to challenge a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of Lili players recommend me this move heavily. Also gives you that guaranteed. A lot of damage. Good stuff. Anyway, what else do we have? Core circle forward 3. That is the last core move here. I'm still learning the ins and outs of this move, but basically someone decided, hey, what if we give Lili Devil Jin Steel Pedal? Okay, Pog, hell yeah. Not complaining about that at all. Okay, so just some basic things about this. 17 frame startup, but obviously it's gonna vary depending on how fast you do this. Don't use it as a punisher, I would recommend that. Really good range. The sound bite is awesome. She just yells well off. Really, really fun stuff. But also, nothing on counter hit, but still pretty good shit. Oh wait, hang on. Let me have him not blocking that. Boom. There we go. Also a good flop stun too. It's your... Yeah, not only does it cause a flip stun on the opponent, but also is a... What's the term for this game? I'm going to keep saying a tailspin because I'm just used to that. I don't know what the new term is for this game specifically. For the blowback combo extender. But yeah, this is pretty decent. If you catch someone in the air, this is a pretty easy confirm. Also, really good damage. 28 damage. That's okay. So yeah, definitely use this if you can. I'm not sure how this will fit into like her game plan as like a whip punch or like a mid tool. But I guess for something that you can just do out of like back one, it's okay. I think so anyway. All right, so that's it for the core moves. Now we're gonna get into punishment. I've already kind of dabbled in this a little bit earlier, but I'll just reiterate just for posterity's sake. 10 frames, 1-2, +8, pretty good. 1-1, new punisher she has, puts her in the back turn, which at +4, you can do some shit. Like this will hit, or rather that will clip people. One thing to note, nah, I'll say that for later. Let's see what else. But this can do some good shit. And also the coup de grace 2-4, but the 2-4 has incredibly weak range. Like this hits maybe at 1.5 max. All right, maybe a little bit out. Not 1.8. That's not the right move. Right about here. All right, that hits there. Point being, and you can kind of see it also, if there's anything with remote amounts of pushback or she's not completely in the opponent's ass, this is not going to work. And also, you know, it's hard to remember to do 2-4 as a 10 frame punishment on reaction to something. So more often than not, you'll just fall back to this. And +8's a lot. You can enforce the 1+2 mix up or the 1+2 throw. Decent enough stuff, I guess. Yeah, that's just about it for that. This might end up being her better punish tool because it's kind of like Anna's mix where it puts her into her mix-up stance. So that's cool, but not really... Depending on if you want to work into plus frames or you want to go into a full mix-up, take your pick, really. Anyway, also something funny you could do is actually set up for a whiff punish too by doing this. But we'll talk about that more later. So, 12 frame punish. 1 plus 2 is your mid option. 4, 2 plus 3 is your better option. It used to do more damage, I think, but still pretty good. If someone does something really fast, 4, 2, 3 is generally your better option. Also, not a lot of people know that it's minus 15. Yeah, I'm not kidding about that. This innocuous looking move is actually minus 15 on block. I like to sometimes just do 4, 2 just to gather information on an opponent. Like, if I'm facing a new player or like a new opponent and I don't know the matchup whatsoever, if I block a move and I think it might be minus something, I'll just do 4, 2 just to feel it out. It's minus 9, you lose your turn, but the data you gather is pretty good. And if anything else, you can do this, enforce mix, run up, do down 3. Oh yeah, also, I didn't mention this. Down 3 is great in wake up situations as well as forward 4, because forward 4 will counter hit launch get up kicks. Down forward 3 could also do that. It also catches, I think, some tech rolls and definitely a lot of get up attacks. So that's pretty decent. Yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Next up, 15 frames, up 4-3, pretty decent range, decent damage. You get some good combos out of this. Still learning it myself. The easy one is just this. It's a bit old school, but it gets the job done. If there were no wall there, I could probably get like 64 damage-ish. It's okay. Obviously, as we learn more about the game, you'll have better options. And the big damage, if you block something that's like minus a trillion on block, Matterhorn. Remember, Mishima flash punches. This is a real punish. That should, if that connected, that would be like, what, 73 damage, I think? It's pretty decent. So yeah, now out of while standing, she's a little bit weaker, but has one really good move. And it's actually originally the reason I picked her up to begin with, on top of being gorgeous, but you know, details. While standing 4, causes a knockdown on hit. You get Oki off of a basic ass wake up option. That's good. That's pretty decent. And then you can just enforce mix. I think this is one of her best traits on. Again, her punish game is decent. While standing punishment at 13, we got 1-2. One cool. Now this has a couple of cool things. If you think they're going to try to challenge it, you can go for the 1-2-4. Not recommended, but there is one good thing about this now. The low, which used to be minus a billion on block, I'm pretty sure, minus 14 now. Now Jin can punish this. Devil Jin can't launch punish you because his while standing 2 is 15 frames. Depending on the matchup, you can kind of get away with sneaking this in sometimes, especially if you think they're gonna do some stuff. Oh yeah, also, shit, I can't get. Come on, hitbox, thank you. Depending on how you do this, I think this is still a counter hit launcher. If I can, god damn it, Lili, stop having such good range. Yep. Boom, boom, 64. Easy peasy, not even that hard of a combo. Yeah, you can harass with this. And also, out of while standing 1-2, you can go right into sway now. Again, do glide, I know. I'm just old. This is okay. I'm definitely not going to say no to this at all. You can enforce. Now, there's not a lot of direct mix you can enforce out of do glide, unfortunately. However, you can do this. If you're fast enough, you might be able to maintain the plus frames, maybe. Or at least some of them. But what we can do out of this is like this. If you think it'll swing, you can do loss 4 if you think they're gonna respect you. Now what I want to know is, can you do? No, okay. I'll cover this more later. But if you hold down and then down 4-3 and 3 at the same time. Wait, what did I just say? If you hold down, then go to down forward and press 3, you can get this move, which would normally be I'm completely forgetting now. Crap. Okay, so the actual notation of this is full crouch down 4-3. However, depending on the timing of your do glide, you can actually do this out of it. So that's good to know. I'll cover this more later though. Other stuff. If you block something minus 16, or sorry, no, 15 frames, you get up 4-3 out of your crouch, obviously, because crouch cancel instantly go into this. I don't use this that much though, personally. There's not a lot of lows you block that are directly minus 13. I find they're usually minus 13, minus 11, minus 13, and then like the stagger lows, which is what you need. delay hop kick for it, if I could do it. However, I generally just stick to while standing 2 for stagger lows, honestly. If you want big damage, up for neutral 4. If I can do it. There we go. That's probably your best bet, but while standing 2, no one's gonna fault you for going for that. It's easier, and it's only 3 less damage. It's okay. So pokes. I mentioned before, her poking game is not amazing, but it is still there. So you do want to use it. You can't harass people like Jin can. I myself am learning Jin right now. It's very fun, but she can still get away with himself. So first of all, down forward 1, obviously. I think this tracks in a direction, but I don't know which direction that is. Let me check that really fast. Side step, left. Not that way. I'm gonna imagine this might not actually. I'm wasting my time. Okay, it tracks to her left. That is good to note, actually. Really good to know, actually. 1, 2, obviously, a really good poke. It's still -1 on block, I think. -3. Okay, that's not too shabby, actually. I believe this is still +1. Yep. 1, 2 is still what you want to do. If they try challenging you after the 1, 2 is blocked, if they try taking their turn back, you can do 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3. The 1, 2, 3 will high crush. The 1, 2, 4 will low crush, obviously. I think the else this does some shit. Nah, probably not. You know, it is what it is. Anyway. That going to do glide mysteriously while I wasn't looking? No, it doesn't. Okay, just had to make sure. Other stuff. Standing 3, really good. It's -11 on blocked, but I mean, you can just go into 3-2. You can go into 3-1, threaten a lot of stuff. Standing 3 by itself also in neutral, it leaves you in back turn. If they try punishing you with a -11, it probably won't work. Oh, look at that. Oh wait, no, you guys can't see that. It's my webcam is covering that. God damn it. If you do this, it's -11. If you block out of range, it's -10. At this range, they're not doing anything -11 to you at all. At least I hope not. That would suck if I was wrong. But yeah, this is just kind of good by itself. Now, other stuff, down 4, obviously we've gone over that 4 1 +2. We've gone over that more or less. Down 3, up 4, 3 +4. I think this is decent. -9 on block, but you can also follow up with a high that's -4, so you can sidestep afterwards, or follow up with the fucking Matterhorn, which is interesting because this Matterhorn actually tailspins. Interesting. I'm not sure what's up with that, but okay. So, and last up, back 1-4. You know about this too. Sorry to not go too into detail about a poking game, but it is kind of limited. It's a lot of the good shits in power mids. Like, any mids are higher than 15 frames, more or less. Like, down 4-3, forward 4, course, no, down 4-3 +4. This move. Course, I go forward 1 is -9 on block now. So you can go into the transition a lot easier. So that's pretty neat. And you still have this. That's. Oh, you can wall standing punish that now. Interesting. I think it used to be -10 on block. The back turn 1 +2. I suppose that's only fair that you can actually wall standing punish it now. Anyway. Yeah. So as for the bigger power mids, I've already gone over that section. Go figure. I didn't see on my notes. Also 4-3. 4-3 again does not launch a counter anymore. Very unfortunate, but it is still a mid tracking knee. So not a lot more you need to know but beyond that. But that being said though, doing this, it's like which of these would you rather do? Would you rather have this blocked or this blocked? You know, it's like this is one of the issues with Lili. When you're scrapping up close, if you don't know if they're gonna sidestep, you sometimes have to take a big risk. Like, yeah, this will catch a sidesteppers, but it doesn't really get you much anymore anyway, so, yeah, kind of bites. Oh, one thing, too, I should note, also for while standing 3 is 15 frames startup. However, it instantly causes a screw, so you gotta be very careful about, well, not careful, but you want to gauge your combos properly. I'm just gonna do, let's see. Yeah, 55. Not a great amount, but I'll take that. Anyway, tracking moves overall, however. Course I go for 3 yeah, Jesus Christ. Corsical for 3+4 does still have some residual tracking left to it. It's also it won't do your taxes for you anymore, but it'll do most of your taxes. It'll do like maybe half of it. So you can still lean on this move quite a bit. It also reinforces why people don't. This will make people want to duck Lili, and when they start ducking Lili, that's when you have this shit. So you know, pretty good. 4-3, obviously, and back turn 2, I think. So I think this is a tracking move. It used to be. It used to be a tracking, but now it's also an arm move. I'm not sure. It's also got. I think it also bounty breaks according to hit properties. Oh, let me check that. Okay, well, it does wall splat now. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, it already wall splatted, but that's good to know, I guess. Anything else? I think something she has does do decently. Oh, yeah, back turn 3. I haven't messed around this move much yet, but this is good for combo filler. In fact, I have to mess with the new optimal combo of this, too. Again, sorry, a lot of things I'm still learning myself. Back turn stuff. Now, I'm still sifting through a lot of these tools, so you can qualify this as a mix-up section as well, but generally this is what you want. 1+2, which is a counter hit. No. It is a launcher, a normal hit, which is pretty cool. -11 on block, so not too high risk. It used to be -10. You can only dick jab out of crouch with this, so this is still... I'm going to qualify this as really good. There's also standing 2, which is armor now. If they try challenging you, they'll eat this. Unfortunately, I don't think it does anything on counter anymore. Nah, that's a shame. It used to tailspin, was really good. Down 3+4, pretty good. Down 3. Sorry, I meant down 4. +1, 14 frame startup, really solid. You could one thing you can do is you can just run up to your opponent, back turn, and just do this if they try to challenge you at all. There's also 4, 3+4. Now this move used to be a natural combo, but it's not anymore, and I don't know why that was changed. Yeah, if this full comes out now, it's minus 10. I don't know why this got changed, but it's whatever. That's -11. Granted, these are small punishes the opponent could possibly get on you. Like against Dragunov, I won't worry about this too much. Sans if you got some new good, some new punishers I'm not aware of. You know details. One cool. I'll talk about that more in the miscellaneous fun tool section. But you can also do like evasive stuff. Like, did you know that if you do a forward out of back turn, you can actually block moves faster? That's pretty neat. Oh yeah, standing 3 is also -3 on hit too. I guess that was worth mentioning. Oh yeah, you can see the frame data properties right over there. I thought I was covering everything. Shit. I did not prep for this that much in advance. I just want to get this out the door. But also to help you guys out. Now, Do Glide. This is her other stance and, well, if you want to qualify back to her stance, I guess. I mean, it kind of is for Fang, but, you know, details. Anyway, so Do Glide is basically the most unique thing about Lili. It gives her a lot of flexibility in neutral, on offense, in combos, a lot of shit. And a lot of that comes out to being able to sidestep cancel that. You can sidestep both directions. It's pretty cool. It's very flexible. However, unlike a Mishima Wave Dash, you cannot block while doing it, so you want to be very careful. That's just a brief preamble. Now, moves she can do out of it is 1-2. Cause a knockdown. She also now has 1-4, but it's not a natural combo. Be careful about that. Now, this is a good whip puncher by itself. In fact, if it weren't for some other moves, I would say this is probably her new best whip puncher. I think you can hit confirm this a little bit. It's not easy. I think you used to be able to hit confirm this in some other version of Tekken 7 or earlier. You cannot do so here, so you gotta commit, and it's also -14 on block. Not horrible, but you want to be a little careful. However, one cool thing though is that you can actually, if you do core cycle for 1-2 and hold back with the 2, you can go right to back turn stance, and you can really fuck with people doing this. You let that minus. Well, you really let the -9 doing that? What the hell? Okay, that sucks. But obviously, you can make people hesitate big time with this. Also, because core cycle for 1-2. Second hit launches on counter hit. Absolutely crazy. You want to be a little more careful, do better combos than me, but you get the idea. This is pretty decent. Hence the whole -14 part. Again, it transitions from one thing into another. Lili is really good transitioning between her different stances. Like a lot of shit with sway, you can go right into back turn. Back turn can freely go back into normal standing. So yeah, this is a good way to fuck with somebody, huh? Nice. Oh yeah, also back turn I missed 3+4, which is you know, that. Just got this. I don't have enough data on this move yet. I actually haven't done it at all yet. My bad. Oops. Because I wrote this guide before I realized this was in her moveset. That was a big oopsie on my part. Again, we'll learn things as we go forward. Maybe I'll do a follow-up guide for this. Who knows? Anyway, there's also back turn 1-4, heat smashes. Used to be a really good way to bait people into eating moves. Like, for example, forward 4 on counter hit. Oh yeah, maybe this is worth putting into some other honorary good move also. This move. If you don't, stance transition is +4 on hit. If you do stance transition, you're actually left at +10. On counter hit, I think this is guaranteed. Let me check that. God damn it. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's still guaranteed on counter hit. I just had to check. Not from that angle, I guess. That's so weird. I'll put a bookmark on that for right now. Anyway, Do Glide also has 2-1, which is now a Heat Smasher as well. The first move is a homing move. I failed to mention that earlier. Oopsie. But it's also not something you use often either, because it's so slow that it's not really worth using as a homing move itself. However, it is good for tossing out in neutral if you think they will be sidestepping you. So, like, you do a couple of these from like distance and they're trying to sidestep your options, you can go for that, I guess. 2 by itself is usually one you want to go with, but you know, options. Also +0 on hit. Interesting. I've already talked. 2-1 has changed. It's no longer the jab jab. It's now this leaping move, and it's -13 on block. I don't even need to look at it. I don't need to look at that from an offhand. Yeah, it's okay. Wait. I looked at my guide wrong again. Oopsie. No, I'm thinking about back turn 1-2. Yeah, I'm looking at Do Glide right now. Well, I guess yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Do Glide also has this, which I've talked about earlier. I will probably do a lot more labbing into this in my downtime. It's pretty decent. Anyway, yeah, so for combos, wait, did I actually miss? Oh yeah, this move you want to count it out of that as well. All right, now we're, oh, she's got this too. That might be worthwhile. How many freaking properties does that pop up with? Jesus. Wall splat, breaks walls. Wow, really? Damn. Wait. Okay, so you can do it out of that. Live studio reaction right here, folks. Yeah, I'm just not getting it right now. There we go. Okay, so that does actually do it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, now for combos themselves, I've been showing off a little bit sparsely. You can squeeze in a lot more combos using like back 1 to 3. Pretty good stuff. But usually, if you want a good start route for her, you want to go for this, because it's an early wall. It's an early splat. That can be really good for just taking him to the wall. Also gives you a bit more control and flexibility over her stuff. What you want to do, though, is, this is advice I got from Fergus for Tekken 7, is you want to screw early with her because it gives her more flexibility with taking him to the wall where the big damage comes from. I don't think this is optimal anymore. I think nuke wall ender that's optimal is this move, which is pretty good. Let's see. That being said, though, because of the ease of use of her combos, this is usually like one of the ones you want to go for. Pretty nice. Easy combo stuff. As I can't get it to work for some reason. This is another easy route. Obviously, I need a better wall under route, but With her, you can be a little flexible. One thing you do want to know also, slightly different pickup option. You can also do wall standing for 2 out of this. I was thinking the wrong move, go figure. Yeah. I'm not going to go too much more into combos because I'm still lacking a lot of them myself and I'm researching. Hopefully eventually we'll get some more. I'll be able to do something better, but yeah. So other various tricks she can do. Do glide canceling is really funny. Like you can do some hilarious shit with this. Like just kind of pressure for literally days. Do glide, sidestep into Matterhorn. Not amazing because if you're doing this, your opponent might be incentivized to stand there and like guess what you're gonna do, or eventually dick jab you. I think this might be dick jabs, but I don't want to be. I'm not too sure about that. I like how she is qualified as airborne though, so that might actually be true. Yeah, this is a really easy thing to do. If you're on controller, this is easy enough. What you want to do is wait until you see her actually doing the slide, and then most cases, after she starts ducking, like around here-ish, like when she's like lower to the ground, that's when you want to press up in order to side step cancel. Yes, you can step in either direction, but I'm pretty sure it's easier to just do it into the foreground by pressing up. But yeah, you can do this out of a number of moves. 3-2, if you want to really pressure them. They probably won't see any lows coming. Or if you want to be really cheeky, you can sneak in, let me see if I can't get the timing right. You can squeeze in a down back 4. If you just want to be really funny about it, you can definitely, with the visual noise that she does doing this shit, you can get away with a lot of stuff. Now, that being said, be careful of the sidestep cancel because you can end up doing a sidestep 3 by accident. So, usually if you're doing a combo with her, you want to do a sidestep and try to end it with a 2. The reason for you want to end it in a 2 is because it has the most range. It's still 10 frames fast. It also provides a lot of stability to her combos. You can do some silly shit with like that if you want to, if you're faster, but it's really hard to do. Anyway, yeah, I was saying this earlier. The full move for this is down forward +3. However, depending on how you do, if you're do glide cancel, you can actually engage do glide by just pressing down forward. Funny enough, this also allows you to do instant while standing 2. The way you do that is you do down forward +2, like very fast. It's hard as shit, but it is like her best way to take people to the walls. I'm even using hitbox. I'm having trouble doing this. Let me just try this really fast. The trick is down forward, and do not press forward. You just want to do down forward, and then release both buttons, neutral, and then 2. But this also allows you to do, if you hold down forward out of the sway, you do get the low, and the low gives you a pretty chunky counter hit. Let me see if I saw it last night. It's like let me check this really fast. Something like that. You can extend this also doing this move. Pretty okay. What the hell's the pickup off of that again? I forget. I'm still labbing that one myself. But anyway, yeah. Up 3+4. This has a funny combo. I think the easy one is just this. I've seen people do other routes, but that's like the easiest one you can do, especially because they're left back turn to you. So however you want to go about that combo, you can really, if you're in a corner, this can evade a lot of shit. Really funny stuff. I think your combo might be just doing back. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna mess with that right now. And yeah, I already talked about This move. Yeah, it's only a better combo wall under. But anyway, hope that guys give you some perspective on how to use Lili. I can't believe I'm about to end an hour even. Yeah, enjoy guys.